The irony here is that your personal rewards will multiply when you're focused on giving rather than receiving. Fall in love with what you do and let that love come from the deep inner dwelling place of spirit. Then sell the feeling of love, enthusiasm, and joy generated by your efforts. If your purpose is felt by being supermom, then put your energy and inner drive into those dreams. If it's felt writing poetry or straightening teeth, then get your ego out of the way and do what you love doing. Do it from the perspective of making a difference for someone or for some cause. And let the universe handle the details of your personal events. Live your purpose, doing what you do with pure love. Then you co create with the power of the universal mind of intention, which is ultimately responsible for all creation. Step 3, align, just Step 3, align your purpose with the field of intention. This is the most important thing you can do to fulfill your intentions. Being aligned with the universal theme means having faith that your creator knows why you're here. Even if you don't, it means surrendering that little mind to the big mind and remembering that your purpose will be revealed in the same way that you were revealed. Purpose, too, is birthed from creativeness, kindness, love, and receptivity to an endlessly abundant world. Keeping this connection pure, Keep this connection pure, and you'll be guided in all of your actions. It's not fatalism to say that if it's meant to be, then it can't be stopped. This is having faith in the power of intention. This is having faith in the power of intention, which originated you and is within you. When you're aligned with your originating source, then this same source will aid you in creating the life of your choice. Then what happens is exactly as if it was meant to. And that's because it is. You always have a choice in how to align yourself. If you stay focused on making demands on the universe, you'll feel as if demands are being placed on you in your life. Stay focused on lovingly asking, how may I use my innate talents and desire to serve? And the universe will respond with the identical energy by asking, how may I serve you? I'm going to read this again. If you can scroll up a little bit more. Yeah, thank you. And then what happens feels exactly as if it was meant to be. And that's because it is. You always have a choice in how to align yourself. If you stay focused on making demands on the universe, you feel as if demands are being placed on you in your life. Stay focused on lovingly asking, how may I use my innate talent and desire to serve? And the universe will respond with identical energy by asking you, how may I serve you? Step 4. Ignore what anyone else tells you what your sorry. Step 4. Ignore what anyone else tells you about your purpose. Regardless of what anyone might say to you, the truth about your feeling purposeful is that only you can know it. And if you don't feel it in that inner place where a burning desire resides, it isn't your purpose. Your relatives and friends may attempt to convince you what they feel is your destiny. They may see talents that they think will help you make a great living, or they may want you to follow in their footsteps because they think you'll be happy doing what they've done for a lifetime. Your skill at mathematics or so sorry, your skill at mathematics or decorating or fixing electronic equipment might indicate a high aptitude for a given pursuit. But in the end, if you don't feel it, nothing can make it resonate with your purpose in between you and your source. And the closer you get to what that field of intention looks and acts like, the more you'll know that you're being purposefully guided. You might have zero measurable aptitude and skills in a given area, yet feel inwardly drawn to doing it. Forget the aptitude test results. Forget the absence of skills or know how. And most important, ignore the opinion of others and listen to your heart. Step 5. Remember that the all creating field of intention will work on your behalf. Albert Einstein is credited with saying that the most important decision we ever make is whether we believe we live in a friendly universe or a hostile universe. It's imperative that you know that the all creating field of intention is friendly and will work with you as long as you see it that. The universe supports life. It flows freely to all and is endlessly abundant. Why choose to look at it in any other way? All of the problems we face are created by our belief that we are separate from God and each other, leading us to be in a state of conflict. This state of conflict creates a counterforce, causing millions of humans to be confused about their purpose. Know that the universe is always willing to work with you on your behalf, and that you're always in a friendly rather than hostile mood. Step 6. Study and replicate the lives of people who've known their purpose. Whom do you admire the most? I urge you to read biographies of these people and explore how they lived and what motivated them to stay on purpose when obstacles surface. I've always been fascinated by Saul of Taurus, later called St. Paul, whose letters and teachings became the source of a major portion of the New Testament. Taylor Cadwell wrote a definitive fictional account of St. Paul's life called Great Lion of God, which inspired me enormously. I was also deeply touched by the purposeful manner in which St. Francis of Assisi lived his life, as exemplified in the novel St. Francis by Nicholas Kazantzakis. I make it a point to use, sorry, yeah, I make it a point to use my free time to read about people who are models for purposeful living, and I encourage you to do the same. Step 7. Act as if you're living the life you were intended to, even if you feel confused about this thing called purpose. Invite into your life every day, whatever might be, that makes you feel closer to God and bring you a sense of joy. View the events you consider obstacles as perfect opportunities to test your resolve and find your purpose. Treat everything from a broken fingernail to an illness to the loss of a job to a geographical move as an opportunity to get away from your familiar routine and move to purpose. By acting as if you're on purpose and treating the hurdles as friendly reminders to trust in what you feel deeply within you, you'll be fulfilling your own intention to be a purposeful person. Step 8. Meditate to stay on purpose. Use the technique of japa, which I mentioned earlier, and focus your inner attention on asking your source to guide you in fulfilling your destiny. This letter from Matthew McQuaid describes the exciting result of meditating to stay on your purpose. Dear Dr. Darren, my wife Michelle is pregnant by a miracle. A miracle manifests from spirit using all of your suggestions. For 5 years, Michelle and I were challenged by infertility. You name it, we tried it. None of the expensive and sophisticated treatments worked. The doctors had given up. Our own faith was tested over and over with each failed treatment cycle. Our doctor managed to freeze embryos from earlier cycles of treatment. Throughout the years, over 50 embryos had been transferred to Michelle's uterus. The odds of a frozen embryo successfully initiating pregnancy in our case were close to zero. As you know, zero is a word not found in the spiritual vocabulary. One precious frozen embryo surviving minus 250 degrees for 6 months has taken up a new home in Michelle's. She is now in a second trimester. Okay, so what, you might say? I get letters like this every day. However, this letter contains proof of God. A tiny drop of protoplasm, as you may have so eloquently written on many occasions, a physical mass of cells alive with the future, full of a human being, turned on in a laboratory, then turned off in a freezer. All molecular motion and biochemical processes followed suspended. Yet, the essence of being was there prior to freezing. Where did the spiritual essence go while frozen? The cells were turned on, then turned off, but the spiritual essence had to prevail despite the physical state of the cells. The frequency of vibration of the frozen cells was low, but the vibrational frequency of the spirit must be beyond measure. The essence of the being had to reside outside the physical plane or mass of cells. It couldn't go anywhere except to the realm of spirit, where it waited. It waited to talk and manifest into a being as it always has. I hope you find the story as compelling as I do, as nothing less than a miracle, an example of spirit in body, rather than a body with a spirit. And now for the $1 million question. Could this one embryo survive such hostile closing conditions and still manifest? Because I practiced the japa meditation? Just because I opened my mouth and said, ah, I had a knowing. No question about it. Japa meditation and surrendering to infinite patience are daily practices. During my quiet moments, I can smell the spirit. Michelle will thank me for my conviction and faith during the dark times. I praise your work for guiding. Thank you. Now, nothing is impossible for me. When I compare what I have manifested now in Michelle's womb to anything else I might desire, the process is without effort. After you truly surrender, everything you could ever want just seems to show up right on schedule. The next amazing manifestation will be to help other infertile couples realize that somehow I will help those who feel there is no hope. Sincerely, Matthew McPhee. Many people have written to me about their success with staying on purpose through the practice of japa meditation. I'm deeply touched by the power of intention when I read about people who used japa to help achieve a pregnancy which they felt was divine mission. I particularly like Matthew's decision to use this experience to help other infertile. Step 9. Keep your thoughts and feeling in harmony with your action. The surest way to realize your purpose is to eliminate any conflict or dissonance that exists between what you're thinking and feeling and how you're living it is. If you're in disharmony, you activate ego dominated attitudes of fear of failure or disappointing, which distance you from your greatness. Your actions need to be in harmony with your thoughts. Trust in those thoughts that harmonize and be willing to act upon them. Refuse to see yourself as inauthentic or cowardly because those thoughts will keep you from acting on what you know you were meant to do. Take daily steps to bring your thoughts and feelings of your grand heroic mission into harmony with both your daily activities and, of course, with that ever present field of intention. Being in harmony with God's will is the highest state of purpose you can attain. Uh, I leave it to Deepa. I'm sorry. I just wanted to read this whole section because it brought so much of meaning to what I'm going through. So I carried on. But I did see Deepa have mentioned her name. So Deepa, if you want to, please go on.
Yeah, go on. Repeat whatever you want. No problem.
Yeah, please continue. No problem. You can finish. No problem. Please continue.
Okay. So I'll read step 9 again and 10, and then I'll stop and Deepa, you can join. Step 9. Keep your thoughts and feelings in harmony with your action. The surest way to realize your purpose is to eliminate any conflict or dissonance that exists between what you're thinking and feeling and how you're living the days. If you are in disharmony, you activate ego dominated attitudes of fear of failure or disappointing others, which distance you from your purpose. Your actions need to be in harmony with your thoughts. Trust in those thoughts that harmonize and be willing to act. Refuse to see yourself as inauthentic or cowardly because those thoughts will keep you from acting on what you know you were meant to do. Take daily steps to bring your thoughts and feelings of your grand, heroic mission into harmony with both your daily activities and, of course, with that ever present field of intention. Being in harmony with God's will is the highest state of purpose you can attain. Step 10. Stay in a state of gratitude. Be thankful for even being able to contemplate your purpose. Be thankful for the wonderful gift of being able to serve humanity, your plans, and your cause. Be thankful for the seeming roadblocks to your purpose. Remember, as Gandhi reminded us, divine guidance often comes when the horizon is the blackness. Look at the entire kaleidoscope of your life, including all of the people who have crossed your path. See all of the jobs, successes, apparent failures, possessions, losses, wins, everything from a perspective of gratitude. You're here for a reason. This is the key to feeling good. Be grateful for the opportunity to live your life purposefully, in tune with the will of the source of it all. That's a lot to be grateful. It seems to me that searching for our purpose is like searching for happiness. There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. And so it is with living your life on purpose. It's not something you find. It's how you live your life, serving others, and giving purpose to everything you do. That's precisely how you fulfill the intention. That is the title of this chapter. When you're living your life from purpose, you're dwelling in love. When you're not dwelling in love, you're off purpose. This is true for individuals, institutions, businesses, and the government as well. When a government gouges its citizens with excessive fees for any service, they are off purpose. When a government pursues violence as a means of resolving disputes, it's off purpose, regardless of how it justifies. When businesses overcharge, cheat, or manipulate in the name of profit making, they are off purpose. When religions permit prejudice and hatred or mistreat their passions, they are off purpose. And it's true for you as well. Your goal in assessing the power of intention is to return to your source and live from that awareness, replicating the very actions of intention itself. That source is love. Therefore, the quickest method for understanding and living your purpose is to ask yourself if you're thinking in loving ways. Do your thoughts flow from a source of love within you? Are you acting on those loving thoughts? If the answers are yes and yes, then you're on purpose. I can say no more.
Wow, what a powerful read, no?
Yeah, yeah. I love each and every line.
And you
Thank
you
you for letting
were
me read.
saying so big. You were in so much of flow also. We could feel it.
Thank you. Now, Deepa, you can take it forward. I love today's video.
Do we
It's
want to just
really put
stop
a point
here for
across.
today? Like, because there is a new chapter starting now and it's a different topic. It is my intention to be authentic and peaceful with all of my relatives. So I think it will be disgracing the flow. So shall we just open up for a discussion instead after
Yeah,
this?
that would be good.
So we,
Yeah,
so
we
we
can do
stay
so.
with this as we leave the room, no? And we dwell upon this throughout the day. So yeah, let's open up for discussion today, and then we'll close whatever like at our regular time, and then tomorrow we'll start with this new chapter. No, not tomorrow. On Monday onwards. That also makes sense to start it as a fresh new chapter from Monday. So yeah, we're open for discussion. So Nita, you want to share something because we could feel your flow.
Yeah, yeah. So everything for me, it was just understanding and staying true to what you know. But sometimes, it happens that things, you're reading things in the wrong way. And when I was going through this lesson, it just gave me the strength that, okay, I am on my purpose, and all I have to do is believe in that source and the intention, that these are simple small lessons that I'm learning, and they are clearing the way, the path for me to reach my ultimate goal and my ultimate purpose and intention. So that each and every line was actually speaking to me from that perspective. Uh, when things are going, you're busy and you get you're involved in work, you feel that, okay, yes, what I want is coming my way, and you know yeah, the, you can see the road, the goal at the end of the road, or the goal post, but if some hurdles come your way, the distance between that goalpost and where you are seems to be uh, increasing, and then you start doubting yourself. At least I started doubting myself at that. Is this all there is to it? Uh, can I see that rainbow at the end of the that bag of gold at the end of the rainbow? And I'm not talking about in terms of money. I'm talking about in terms of the extent of growth that I want to see for myself, and the kind of uh, work that I want to do for myself. So from that perspective, and every line that I read, that it is these are just pathways that are opening for you to actually reach your goal and your intention and your purpose. So yeah, that was very profound for me. And thank you for letting me go on and read the whole thing.
No, it was very beautiful. In fact, I love that part too. I connected with all the points so well. And the third point, especially, like the one with alignment, that strikes chords with me even like deeper because that's my word for the year. And I'm actually pondering on that word a little more. So yeah, all of these points, and I think when we are so involved in something that we do, I think that happens with singers and people who are into their profession, and they're so involved that that it is so contagious, right? Like that you feel it, and because they are enjoying their work, you enjoy just seeing them. I just felt that like listening to you today, so you were so engrossed, so we could feel the depth of that reading even today. Like it was beautiful. So yeah, thank you for reading for us. So yeah, anyone wants to add something, please feel free. I love this a lot, and I would want to really read it again. There were many things that I remembered of, like through others' life, through stories that I've heard, where there are this kind of miracles where I could just, or even in my own life, in places where I could just realize, like, okay, in this place, we were operating through these steps, maybe by default, not knowingly or whatever, but we were in operation in this, and that's how things were just so smooth, and everything just felt in place. And yeah, I just loved it very much. Anyone else wants to please add? Please feel free. Any point, anything that that caught your attention and you would want to just suggest and highlight about it. Hi Rajesh. Hello Satish ji. Hi Deepika. Everyone. Hello. Yes, please feel free to unmute and speak. This was such a deep read, right, today?
Hello, everyone.
Yes, Satish ji. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, uh, I'm doing my morning walk, so I'll listen more.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You
Okay.
want to share any one point that you loved
No,
throughout the reading?
not right now. Okay.
Okay. Okay. No
Yes.
problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, Deepa, you wanted to say something? No one?
Yeah, even I am deeply impacted by that miracle. Um, and what happens to the frozen cell, the embryo, before it took its full shape in the womb, no? So the writer is pondering on that, and I'm also deeply impacted by that letter.
Yes,
Where
yes.
did the spiritual lessons go while frozen? The cells were turned on, then turned off, but the spiritual lessons had no prevail despite the physical state of the cells. The frequency of vibration of frozen cells was low, but the vibrational frequency of the spirit must be beyond measure. The essence of being had to reside outside of the physical plane or mass of cells. It couldn't go anywhere except to the realm of spirit where it waited. It waited to thaw and manifest into a being it always has been. I hope you find this story as compelling as I do. Yeah. An example of spirit and body rather than a body with a spirit. Yeah. This is amazing, really.
Yeah, that reminds me, I forgot to post that video of Jim Carrey the other day, and I'll just do it today
Yeah.
without
I
fail.
also found one video. I guess I'll also share that. about
Yeah, please.
life.
Yeah. Everyone, please feel free to whatever you find relevant to whatever we are reading or if we're going through, and if you find something in alignment with that, always feel free to share it without any doubts, because I believe that these things comes to us as signs. It's like a repeat reminder of those messages coming to us again and again. So I love it. So many times it happens with me when we are reading something or doing something, and you see a quote or you see a message and you just connect with it, and then you just see the same similar thing with different format or different words in another group or from some other place. So I don't know, I feel it's like a beautiful reminder. So please do share. So yeah, and yeah, anything else? Anyone? I have seen people in life um who have like I know friends who were wanting to have a baby and were really struggling but have manifested them in a very miraculous way, friends and family members. And I know people even now who are still wanting to have it, and they are like really struggling for it. So I just remembered them while we were reading this letter, and I just felt I should, if I can just help them in some way understand this, or just send them this letter. I don't know how, but I just felt that they should know this. I don't know, so it will be also sorted for them. But many times when you are so much engrossed in that pain and desire, that you're not open, I feel, to any of such things. They are looked to be very hypothetical, especially someone who's not even reading books or things like that. At least we have a certain level of belief in these things, right? So because of all this, otherwise we are very immune to any of such things. Many times, like many people around us, I see it that way. So I just had this deep desire of some way these messages could reach them, and they start working on these things the way we are now like studying them. So that was my this thing. And
So
I know stories. Yeah, yeah, go on.
I can talk from personal experience. I also had my daughter late because I was busy, working and stuff. And you think that, okay, let me just reach this milestone in my life and then we'll start a family or stuff, stuff like that. And once we actually decided to go ahead, we were open to, okay, now it is a good time, or the clock is ticking, now it has to be done. So then when we decided with uh, the first that okay, now it is high time when we should start working towards building a family. I had problems, and I eventually had to mm, stop, leave my job because I was not able to hold because of the commute and the pregnancy did not materialize further. I had a lot of a couple of miscarriages and all. So it if you want something, I know that this, and I was not I had not read all this, the power of intention or anything, but that faith always has to. So power of intention, what as I understand, is the faith that you have that things will happen. You will be blessed with what you are wanting. So that faith has to be there. And when I was going through those traumatic times, the only thing that held me on was the faith that yes, I will be blessed. And it took time. It took time. I had to change, my life completely. But yes, that uh, to cling, I clinged to that fact, the faith, and then we were blessed. So I think why when I how I relate power of intention is also with the faith that good things will happen for you, and they are waiting, just waiting for the right opportunity to come and present itself and come into your life. So this is how I got through my tough times, when I was planning a baby and not able to get through. And finally, when I was blessed with my daughter.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for feeling us close enough to share that with us. So I don't know, I just had this strong feeling to tell you, so I'm just sharing it with you. So in this, others might find it a little irrelevant, but just wanting to share that in tarot, na, like I just do this tarot thing for my own thing, like for fun because I love it, and I've been doing it for years, so I connect with it. So in this, we have a card called the Empress. So which is like a pregnant lady, and she is the meaning of that card is conceiving basically. So I don't know why, but I had this inclination to tell you this today that Sunita, maybe you are on some path of conceiving a big idea, or maybe in your career or something in the similar way you did it for your daughter with that much faith and surrender and all of those things in your life right now. So I would say that just tap into that energy that help you manifest your daughter, and you'll be able to move on the path. I don't know, maybe with your shares recently and all, I think you are just looking for something, or you are working on something. And I'll just tell you one thing, it's again a synchronicity, but yesterday me and my husband were watching, like he just suddenly started some podcast on numerology or something like that. And even today I remembered of it, but I thought I'll just share it with you offline. But now that we're just talking, I'll just share that they were talking about this number one and all of that. And I remember we having a conversation that your number is one, in which the podcaster, the numerologist, told that number one, they're definitely going to start something uh, this year. So like in 2025, it's a year, like because one is the number of leaders, and it's a good year and all of that. She was talking something. So she said that this year definitely you will be working on that idea of yours, or you'll be starting a business or something like that. So I don't know what you're doing exactly, what you're working on, but I just remembered you when I was listening to that I remember, Sunita is number one, because maybe we are connected now. So I don't know if this is for you, but I just wanted to share it with you somehow.
Thank you so much. But yes, thank you.
So maybe you just need to tap into that energy and work on whatever you're working on right now. So it's like conceiving of that. So normally when the Empress comes, why I refer to that card is basically you may not be pregnant all the time, or it need not be about pregnancy all the time for someone, but the meaning is also about conceiving an idea, or
Mhm.
giving birth to that something that you want to nurture. So it could be an idea, it could be something, some new start or something like that also. So just remembered and just wanted to just share, I don't know, spontaneously. So yeah, yeah. Anyone else, please, I people, no one wants to say anything. I think when we read something like this, anything that is deep reflection, anything that pops up, that sharing really helps, because it helps others who are listening, because somewhere they connect. And many a times I believe it is also meant for others in the room, because we are not in a room coincidentally. There is something to it. That is why we are together. So please feel free to share whatever you're pondering upon, whatever that one point that stuck with you when we read, when you are listening to someone shares or something. Please feel free. That will, you'll find yourself opening more up. Like now we are reading this power of intention. So I would say in the same terms, you'll find yourself opening more to these intentions when you open up by speaking, is what I would suggest. So please share whatever is coming to your mind. Don't feel obligated, or don't feel restricted, or anything like shy. Yeah, Richa.
Yep, I just wanted to add like couple of things. Of course, I loved the letter, but I'm not going to dwell on it since we already reread it. So it was a beautiful letter. And again, this author has a way uh, of course, this letter was from someone else, but the author himself also has a way of writing, right, that I really love, and it puts you into that deep introspection. Um, but and of course, I love all of the 10 steps that he has outlined. But something that really stood out and aligned with me, because that's all I have been working on this year, is ignoring others' opinions about your purpose. So I'm just going with my intuition. So I'll add the word intuition because that's what I am honing this year. Like, it has not been my word of the year, but I think I'm going to add it to the list that I already have of 4 words for the year. But intuition is something that I have always, I think, been good at it, but I have not always trusted it. So I'm doing a lot of exercises to make sure that I listen to my intuition, and I'm kind of actually even journaling it so that it helps me understand, just from a data standpoint also, that okay, what was I thinking in that moment, and if it's aligning with me and my higher purpose. And I think the more you tap into intuition, your own intuition, your gut feeling, it becomes very easy to ignore other people's opinion. So that's one. And then the other step that he talked about trusting that the universe will work on your behalf. I have really tested this, and it works. I think going in line with the theme that everyone is sharing, I think Sunita was mentioning about having faith, right? And that faith could be in a higher power, anything, like whatever you want to name it or not name it. It can be anything that you believe in. Once you tap into that source, and you just surrender, things happen. I have seen that. And it doesn't mean that it will be easy or you'll not have challenges, but it definitely makes you see the outcomes. So yeah, those are the 2 things that resonated with me a lot today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for sharing. And what I just felt like adding this to just that we're discussing now. I feel I have realized that when we are aligned and when we evolve through our life journey, sometimes it happens that we change paths, we change decisions, and and there is a struggle there because I went through it, and I still go through it at times when there is something that I decided a few years back, and now it is now I want something very opposite. It could be career, it could be anything. So it happens, but at that times we go through that struggle. But I feel eventually it's aligning with maybe the as we read today, the higher source and the higher intention. And maybe at the point when we decided that particular thing, we were not so aligned or evolved. That is why we decided it, or maybe that was something necessary at that point of time. Just like that story we know of the monk who leaves his boat behind to walk in the woods. Like if all of you are aware of the story, that there was this monk who just who passes through this water very beautifully with the help of a small boat, or I don't know what they call it, but and then he gets very attached to that, and then he just puts it on its back because that boat has helped him survive the turbulent waters and all of that, deep waters. And then he just holds it on his back and starts walking in the woods. But the woods are so tightly placed, like the trees are so tightly placed that the boat is becoming a problem for him to pass through the woods, because now the journey is different, now the path is different. So finally he has to let go that boat. He has to put it back, say thank you, and just move on uh, freely. And that is how he the journey of his journey becomes easier. So I feel that happens with a lot of things we hold on to, some, and it also has some decisions we have made in the past, some commitments to ourselves for others that we have given, and things change, and I think we should be open to embrace those changes also at times, is what I feel, because I find myself struggling in areas like that, because I feel नहीं मैंने बोल दिया या मैंने सोच लिया तो बस सोच लिया types. But I think that's another thing of like we need to be okay, we need to be open to evolve or let things go, which as they say, right, like as we just recently discussed in some of the other this thing also, that opinions are the one thing that we are attached to. So leaving our own opinions behind is also a challenge for us at times, because that was our opinion right then, and we made a decision based on that opinion. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to felt like adding this.
Yeah,
Anyone
yeah,
else?
yeah. Thank you, Mansi. Yeah, yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, same here. I just the thought that just occurred to me is, did we record this? Because I would want to go and listen to this. This, especially the story of the monk and your thoughts on how you should, you know, let embrace the change.
Yeah, yeah. We are recording it, and it is been put on that YouTube link that Saurabh shared na few days back. I don't know if he'll be he's adding the videos recently to it, but we are recording. Somehow I keep forgetting to record in the beginning of the session, so I just somehow start in the middle somewhere. But the discussions are getting recorded every day, so you can always go back to that link and you'll find like today's video, whenever he puts it in that playlist, you'll find it, and or I'll put all, I will do something about it and you'll get this, don't worry. We all have access to all of this, huh? And it is shared with everyone also, so whenever you miss or whenever you want to go back and check, you feel free and do that. And also I think um just don't make it a habit that you just listen to recordings, because I feel the energy is different when all of you are there uh, together. We are together, it's different. So it doesn't make sense when it's just a few of us and we don't have some of you here, then we miss you actually. So yeah, Manish ji, please go on.
Yeah, good morning, all. Yeah, same thing I was sharing yesterday also. If you remember that, we should practice attachment and detachment on a regular basis so that in every area of life, because what happens is that as we evolve and as we grow, we need to leave something and take something in life. So we should practice attachment, detachment in every area of life on a regular basis so that we don't get over attached to anything, so that we are more mindful on what we need and what we don't need at every point of time. So practicing that mindset of attachment detachment helps a lot on a regular basis, I think. And that is done through like meditation, prayers, affirmations, and so many other mindful techniques, I think. And if I relate to myself also, I think it makes so much sense to me, because sometimes what happens is that we get so attached to things that we don't take decisions based on those attachments, and we get deprived of those opportunities and those changes of life which we find later that they were really useful for you. I think that's very important. So it's just like the time doesn't wait for anything, so our also consciousness should not also wait for anything, so because that is beyond any boundaries. So we should we should practice those mindful techniques so often, like that 5 a.m. club, what we read, and so many things like that, and practicing solitude, and I think they all helps a lot and they make a lot of sense to us. So if I relate to my own experience of life in my past, I see that I've lost so many opportunities that I should have taken if I had this mindset that time. So I think that's very meaningful in life for everybody, I believe. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I just remembered about this one part where that we read in the book today about human beings. So he said, right, we are all human beings and we are not human doings. So what I understand about being and doing is basically doing is a masculine energy and being is a feminine energy. So we need to have a perfect balance about both of these. So if we are too much inclined on one of the side, then we don't feel aligned, we feel imbalanced, and we are not happy within. So many people, they feel that yes, I am doing everything and I am creating and all of that. Mostly you find men on this side, because they have been nurtured and conditioned this way. Or many times females, when we are at home, or we just don't we are not able to work properly or something like that, our masculine energy gets a little wounded or something like that, and that is why we don't find the happiness in being. But actually, by design, I feel we females are more on a being level, and males are more on a doing level, and I think we come together to learn the balance as couples. So that I just remembered of, like, so he says we are all beings, so we need to tap into that side of us where we just allow ourselves to be there, do things. So this reminds me of one of the story of one of the coach whom I have just heard few years back, like few months back or something. She was talking around money. So she was a money coach, and she said that, as they say, na, money is an energy and all of that. So what she shared was, in her life, she was a lot of a giver, and she used to only give, and she never received. She was not a good receiver. So she gave a lot. She did everything for everyone, and I think she was in medical. She was a doctor, and she was in medical, and she wanted to. So she used to just give for all her parents, do all how they want and all of that, but she was not good at receiving. So somehow things happened in her life that she had to let go of her job and something. I don't remember the whole story, but what the main part what she shared was, there was a point in her life that where she was so low financially that she has to literally be just on rice and things like that. And then she put herself in that inner work. So she just allowed herself to just be with herself, and just tap into, maybe now what we are reading from this book as, maybe the power of intention, or into these things that we don't really normally understand or are not taught about. So she just said that she allowed herself to be in that space for 6 months or something. She just let everything go, and she just goes go to the park, walk in the trees, talk to the trees, connect with them, just be by herself. And she did a lot of inner work in that period. And suddenly, after 6 months, things changed drastically for her. Like, people started asking her that, "What are you doing? Please teach us." And she started vibrating on a different energy, and that's how she became a coach. And when she was talking about this being thing, where she said that we are like, actually we live very much in disalignment with nature. And she said, just align yourself with nature, because when she talked about money, she expressed that, even in terms of money, think in terms of seasons. So basically, business is all about thinking in season. So you can't be thinking like a salary mindset what we have now, like we monthly this thing and all of that. So she was talking around that. So she said, like, it's all seasonal. Like, if you see a mango tree or any tree, they don't give fruits every month or every time, but they once a year they give you so much that you are covered for the year. And the whole year the tree is just preparing for that one period of one particular season of for the fruit bearing and all of that. And she explained that, just start looking at life like this. So we also live life in seasons, right? So it could be just one decade or one period of our life, which could be like the fruit bearing period, and we will be rocking in that thing. But somehow we don't see things like this, and we just want this repeated things, and we feel ki हमेशा सब कुछ होना चाहिए. But I think we live in phases, and something like that. So she was talking about that, and that was all about the being energy. Why I shared this story is because I connected that this is all about that beingness. So we feel we underestimate this beingness a lot, but I think that has the highest potential to manifest and attract things to us which we are not even aware of. We just need to be and allow things to unfold for themselves, is what I have learned, and even I have experienced it in my life. So I can vouch on it. So I just wanted to add that. Sometimes some people I see around me, even my parents included in that, and many people who are very workaholic, or who are into doing. They feel they need to do this. They feel they need to do everything. But actually, if you let loose of this control, things start unfolding at that point when you actually let go. When Rather than when we are holding on to things or wanting to do this our way or some way. So that's what is I have realized, and that would really want to spread this. Like, yeah, yeah, Richa.
I had a question because you were sharing about this being versus doing, right? So thank you for doing that. No pun intended. But um, I was processing something, and since you mentioned about, and this book is about intention, right? So it might not be directly related to what we read today or not. And if it takes more time, because I'm also aware of the time, we'll close on time. But something that we all can think of, maybe, and from my side, it is a question because a couple of times in the recent past few days, this has happened to me where someone would say that their intention was right, but and they didn't intend to say certain things certain way, and but whatever entailed after that, right? So they apologize, but they always say that their intention was not wrong. And where I get a little taken aback is there is no way I can know their intention, right? Actions speak louder than words, people say, but I say actions speak louder than the intention. So, this churn between intention and action that certain people don't know the difference between. And I'm struggling with it because people tend to take that as an excuse that they didn't intend for something to happen a certain way. So, any thoughts on that or any experience?
So I would say that what I feel, this is my this I'm just trying to process this actually right now. So I'm just trying to think it through. So what I feel is basically people are not very aware of what they intend, to be honest, because they say it many a times because they now regret the action, or now they feel, oh my god, this is like, especially when something when goes wrong, and they are not really aware that this might create that kind of repercussion at times. So then the repercussion that got created was not their intention. What we can totally understand, that could be true. But I feel we operate on a level of conscious, subconscious, and I think there are multiple levels that we are operating, and sometimes we are not aware of what we are doing. So we are just doing it out of ego, or out of some need at that particular time, or sometimes insecurity, or sometimes multiple factors. And the intention in all these areas we don't know, right? Like, so I feel it's okay. Like, we can. So this was a wonderful thing shared in one of our discussions the other day, that I think Anjali shared this. Anjali or someone shared this point, that about Jesus, when Jesus was when Christ was been given this punishment of putting the nails and all of that. We were reading this other book and stories in that this reference came, and he still forgave people, because the idea behind, he said that they don't know what they are doing, kind of a thing. So basically, people are not aware of what they are doing or what they are behaving because of unawareness, and because of their limited understanding. That is what we say, right? Like, that's how I believe in this beyond thing a lot, and that is how I feel ki we should always keep a part of us open for the beyond to happen in our life, because we can only perceive and we can only manifest or attract things based on our current understanding. but there is a part of us that knows beyond that understanding, which is yet to evolve. Like as individuals right now, we are yet to evolve to that part. So that is with everyone, right? Like every life is a purpose, has a purpose or something like that. So even at that person's point of their life, they don't know what they are doing or thinking. And I don't know if people say it very easily, but uh, uh, they don't even know the deeper. They have not read this book, right? So they don't know what is power of intention, and even we don't know it even after reading this book. But this is very deep. But we use this word intention is basically as a layman language. I feel it is more about um I did not expect this reaction, or I did not expect to create this scenario out of it. But I don't know. The intention might not be to hurt you on purpose, if that's a hurt that's coming from that person or something. But the intention might be just to express themselves in a way that is not so appropriate, maybe, or which they did not find it inappropriate till the reaction came out, is what I feel. If the reaction had not come from your end or from someone else's end, that then they might have feel कि हाँ जो मैंने किया वही सही था. But because the reaction was unexpected, they feel कि नहीं नहीं ये this is something I did not intend this to happen. They're not ready for the reaction that comes our way sometimes, or something that happens. Like for example, to give you like I'm just trying to simplify this. I don't know how to put in right words, but like for example, uh, um, like for example, I'm just cutting a branch just because I have this strong urge within me that something is like you're just like for example you're just playing with something, right? Like you're playing with a toy or something, and you have some anger in you, or you're just fidgeting with it or doing something around it. But then that rage is so strong that your force is so strong within somewhere, that and that maybe not because you don't like that toy basically, but because you are upset with something else in your own life, that you're fidgeting with that toy or that thing, and it gets broken. And then you feel, oh shit, I did not intend to break this, or I did not intend to actually damage this, but I just wanted to put the rage out somewhere somehow. That's how we operate, right? When we are not emotionally stable, we just want to put it all out of us. And just thinking aloud, I just feel this is also somewhere because we are pure beings, we are divine souls. We don't want inside anything inside of us. This is like a system designed for us to put everything out of a system that is not good for us. So that comes maybe from that place where everyone is trying to put everything out, and people don't know how to handle their emotions, and that's how they vomit their emotions out in a very inappropriate way, and that creates a mess around relationships, interactions, and all of that. If at all they just had a better metabolism, they would have digested things well, and things would have not messed up in a way they do normally. Is what I feel like. That's my take on it. Or I don't know. I'm just trying to
No,
just
it
put it
makes
all together.
sense. I liked your toy analogy. That resonated with me because that's where I like that's where my intuition is kicking in, right? In certain situations where I felt that it's more about like they are thinking that their intention was not to hurt the other person, but and their intention was not to judge the other person, but they did show irritation, they did show judgment, but they are not even ready to accept it. So they are trying to fight
So
actually something, right? Some pattern
yeah,
that they're not aware of, and it like they need to be more self-aware in that.
it's because what I understand, na, Richa, it's because people, not everyone is emotionally mature. Like nowadays, people have started understanding the emotion importance of EQ, right? Even in jobs, they take that EQ test and things like that. I've heard that. I don't know, but that's how, like, it's because people are not able to handle their emotions, or they're not trained to do that well, or they are having some unsettled traumas or something which are never addressed. They're not like really able to address it well. But actually, if we really believe, and if we look at them from the innocent point of view, or as a child, they really don't intend to really do that kind of damage. They are not aware that whatever they are behaving or they are doing can create a damage that happened. So in a way, if we look at it in this perspective, what they're telling is the truth, that yes, they did not intend to do it this way, or they did not intend, they maybe, as you said, did not maybe intend to judge or hurt you or that particular person in a way, but that judgment or hurt is coming from their own hurt, or for their own reciprocation for what they have been judged all their life, or whatever happened with them. So it's coming from that place sometimes, and that is why it's coming that way unfiltered. But actually they don't intend, as they say, they did not intend to create that. Like for example, in the toy example, that I when I hold the toy in my hand, I did not intend to break it today, right? So I just wanted to, because I had so much rage in me, I wanted to have something in my hand and just to, like, just I needed an outburst, I needed something to come out, some place, some object of expression. So the good practice that, when people do these exercises and people work on themselves, so they go into these uh, trainings, right? Like where you just hit the pillow, or where you
Or
just
scream.
hey,
There are
say
screams,
that.
screaming.
Yeah, we should have an outlet. So when I had been to a retreat with one of my Reiki, like one of no, he's the only one, like our Reiki guru. He took us through some active meditations of Osho, huh? And that was, he literally read it from the books and he made it do it with some audios or something. And in that there is this active meditation which I was not aware of at that point of time. But as of now, I only felt that meditation is just sitting in silence and all of that. But these active meditations we did every morning, one or the other. There were many of them, so he took us through a few of them. So it's like dynamic meditation, or some names they have. So these meditations were so different. So they were like they were a mix of they were like, there were proper steps that were told to be repeated, and there were mix of, like, when you just move your body in one part, like in a particular way that is mentioned in the meditation. Then there was this other part of the meditation. For example, if it's a 45 minutes meditation, it will have 10, 15, 20 minutes or something like that. And it was a mix of all these combinations. In one part it was body movement, a vigorous body movement on some music or something. Then the next part, it was a venting out, where you just went out things. And the next part, it was just calming and just going with the flow and sitting. And it felt so beautiful after that, whatever exercise we did. And the venting out part was where we were actually made to give bad words, where we were actually made to put all the rage out of us. We have so much inside of us which never comes out actually. And because of which, for some people it's very because of their personalities or whatever, they are super, and that is how they hurt, right? They become a porcupine. So they hurt others because of the thorns they have built over the years. All they're going bigger and bigger, kind of. It hurts. Even if a porcupine comes and hugs you, it's going to bleed you. It's kind of that. They have become that personalities because they're holding on to a lot of rage inside of them. So I think such exercises or something needs to be there for people to vent out. Or so what I feel and what I understand, and I have started to accept to quite an extent, is hurt people is what they say, right? Like someone is hurt, and that's how they have this urge to hurt others, even knowing or unknowingly. Many a times it is also unknowingly, because they don't know why they want to do this. So if we actually believe in this innocence of unawareness of theirs, it helps us to forgive. It helps us to like, as Jesus said, right? Like, they don't know what they're doing. And that is why, if we believe in this, that they don't know what they're doing, then yes, what they're saying is right, that their intention was not to create such a damage, or the damage could be just even hurting others. They don't know that they are hurting others. This other Their act could be so hurtful to someone, and that is why they are doing it. They are like a children, like an inner child or whatever. They are not aware of it, is what I believe. And I feel it helps to keep us at peace, to keep myself at peace. If someone is behaving in a very inappropriate way, I'll just be like, God bless you. And because that person is not aware of what damage they're creating in the process. And that God should bless them to elevate them to a better consciousness, so that they understand this, right? So they don't behave in such a way, is what how I look at it. And that has helped me along the way. Otherwise we find it very difficult. We also get judgmental then, right? When others are judgmental around us, the ultimate reaction is judgment back. Like, we also feel the same. It's the emotion and energy is getting reciprocated.
Yes, yes. Thank you for explaining it in beautiful words, Nancy.
Richa,
This
I
was
can I
don't think.
add my two bit here?
sure, sure.
Mm, my personal experience with people who hurt us, now with so much experience, professional and personal and social, everywhere, my mechanism is to switch off such people as and when possible. So I put them in this category. Are they going to harm me in a physical way, in an emotional way, in a spiritual way? How much they can put me down? If I feel that it's a small thing, then I just give it back to them in a politer way, in a very subtle way, in a politer way, in a diplomatic way. If it is like they're attacking me in a physical or an emotional level, then it is better to switch them off, to keep ourselves away from such bad intentions or whatever they are trying to do to us. So that is what I have followed, and it has brought back the joy in my life again, the confidence in me. So that's what I wanted to tell you. Okay, hope it helps.
Yep.
Mansi, you've been a beautiful advocate of, looking at things in a different perspective and taking ideas from various philosophies. Very enlightening. Thank you.
No, but I vouched, like, I also agree to Deepa, right? So it's very important that we keep space with such people, because whatever they're dealing with, they are harming us in the process, right? Like, so we don't want to be their object of. So I love this thing where we say that, are you a shock absorber or are you a punching bag? So we don't want to be a punching bag of such people, because they have all that rage in themselves. So it's better to keep a safe distance and to protect ourselves in the
Yep.
process always. So
Yep.
that's
Yep.
always important, because we need to protect ourselves, right? We need to protect our
Yes,
souls. And
always. Yeah. I read something that, we need to protect our energy, space, and time. That's it. It's as simple as that. So I am also a huge advocate for that. And at work, it's, easier for me to do that, because at work, you're not like that emotionally involved as you are with close relationships and friends. But yeah, if it was challenging for me like few weeks ago, when it happened with one of my friends, very close friends, and I felt intimidated by her actions, and I did not know what to do, but all I could think of was boundaries. So I'm just happy that I did not add fuel to the fire, and I just protected both of us actually. I stepped away. I created space, and the other person was hell bent on resolving, and I was like, no, I kept setting boundaries. So I had to do that 3 times, but it worked. But that person does realize and is now coming back and saying sorry, but sorry, and I didn't intend all of these. I don't feel the depth in it, if I can say that. And I'm not being judgmental or anything, but I cannot forget how I felt in that moment, right? If someone intimidates you. So I need to protect myself. And that's what I will do. And it seems to happen a lot these days because people are not aware, as you mentioned, Mansi, about their emotions and whatever they are trying to deal with, and they are in denial. That's the thing, because when and I was the person who was trying to share that, yes, I share about my weaknesses, I have no problems, no one is perfect, right? But people who are in denial that they are going through something tend to have these kind of very shocking reactions, is what I am seeing now. And another
So what?
example.
Okay,
Go
okay,
ahead.
yeah, you finish, then I'll add.
No, the
No,
other
no, you
example
finish whatever
was
you want to
not
say.
a very close friend. I mean, she used to be a close friend, but over the past 3 years, like there was this other example from last year where, I have been seeing patterns, and that person I have literally, like, as Deepa mentioned, I have no doubts about it, and I am very brutal about keeping very strict boundaries now with that person. Uh, but when it is, a very good friend of yours who has been a friend for like 15, 20 years, it's hard. It's hard, and you don't know what to do, but at the same time, I need to protect myself, right? Because I'm going through my own struggles, and I am not responsible for the other person's struggles. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So I just wanted to like add this, like it reminds me of this incident in my own life where I remember I had some issues with some of the people in my life, and I used to just go complain and went out and to one of my mentor, and she used to patiently listen to me and give me that space and all of that, and guide me and around that. But there was one time when one day when she just said something, and that really changed everything for me, like in terms of my own thinking. That one day she just listen, and she said that I just want to understand one thing. Why are you giving so much space to that person in your psyche? Why is that person holding so much space in your psyche? Because as far as that person is holding the space in your psyche, you are not able to do the things you should be doing because of that one thing. Because when we have, like, it's basically, you, for example, if you have a certain space, that so either you can be creative, or you can do work on your ideas, or you can dwell upon those people or whatever they have hampered you. So, and that day, I don't know, I'm maybe not able to communicate the way she did to me, but that day it changed for me. I was like, oh my God, actually it was like, yeah, I'm actually giving a lot of space to that person in my mind, and they don't deserve it. And the similar thing, my husband had this experience where he they had a rented office, and where the landlord was very irritating, and he used to really create a lot of fuss around things, and give a lot of hard time in their work and all of that. And my husband used to keep he was a very teenager child at that time, when he used to create a lot of fuss around it. And my father-in-law was a very spiritual guy, anyways. And he was like, see, the more you're thinking and giving and whatever, even if you're thinking good or bad about someone, or whatever, but then you're giving energy to that person. So you don't need to do that. Just don't think about them. Just don't. It's not easy. It's easy said than done. But I believe that it's true to a certain extent, because I have experienced it in my own life, that when we give so much, na, as Sister Shivani also talks, when we are thinking, our thoughts attract things and they create things. So either we attract similar patterns and similar kind of people or similar situations, or we so it's like where energy flows, attention goes, energy flows. So we are somewhere set into that vibrational this thing. So that really is a problem for us as individuals. So I feel the best thing is to just get so detached that you forget, literally forget, and you don't have to even think about it. And I like this one statement which I did not understand then, but now I can relate with it, where one of my mentor, they were just talking about something in my office or something like that, that the boss, my boss was very happy go lucky, he was a wonderful guy, and there was this one guy whom there was some issues with him or something like that, and we just entered a lift, and they just said something like that, oh, I think you don't like me, or you didn't say hi, something like that. So the reaction was very sweet. He said, no, I don't. It was it. I don't remember the right words, but it was something like, I don't like you, nor do I like you, nor do I hate you. So kind of something like where you are like a neutral. You are like, you don't even like or have any strong feelings for that person, but you don't even have a strong negative feeling for that person, or you're not even disturbed by anything. We need to come to that stage where we are so neutral that we are unaffected with people with such energies, like where we are actually finding ourselves difficult to adjust, or they're holding a lot of space in our psyche because of the negativity or because of the dramas or whatever they create, is what I have learned in my journey. And just adding it and sharing it, so that maybe if it helps, I don't know. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's our work. That's our work, to put them out of our psyche, because physically we have a distance, right? Like we are not with people every time, but they're staying in our head space, and we need to put them out of that head space, is the work we need to do. And if we are not able to put that, then we need to do the inner work, like why is that so, what am I going through that is making me give this thing so much importance. So then I need to work on my own, like as you mentioned, right? Like you maybe we are going through our own struggles or own things, because of which uh, we cannot give them we cannot keep entertaining them or whatever, like kind of a thing. So what are those? If we address them, and if we are able to work on them, then everything, this reaction will also not happen, is what I feel. Like we won't be bothered, to be honest. Like I don't know if it's
Yep.
becoming too superficial, I feel.
No, 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 no. It's okay. No, no, but this helps. This definitely helps. But yeah, I'm looking at the time. I'm sorry. It was a deep
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, we should, yeah, yeah. It's going over time, yeah. Body recreates itself. Yes, 3 months or 1 year, yeah, something like that. Yes, yes, even true. Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then shall we close for today? It's a long time. So we'll, yeah, we can always connect and discuss anything, any of you, like Richa, if you want to discuss something, we'll connect back. No problem.
Yeah, yeah, no, no worries. No, but for now, I'm good. I think I'm going to reflect on all of these shares, yeah, and
Yeah.
ideas.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. It was a wonderful, wonderful chapter today. I did not expect us to go this long, because I thought we'll end early because we finished top reading early. But maybe it was meant to be. Okay.
Yeah,
Chalo then.
our discussion itself was an hour long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
Okay. Okay.
have a great day ahead. And thank you everyone for staying back and sharing and listening.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. See you all. Have a good day.